I talk about real estate a lot, and sometimes I find it really fascinating on celebrity real estate. Like, it was reported last week, actually, that Mark Zuckerberg was seen in Dolores Park. Now, what's happened actually in that whole Silicon Valley area has just been unbelievable. Like, they're talking about how many millionaires have come out of that particular neighborhood alone. And so many changes in real estate is happening right now because the values in that area are absolutely soaring. I mean, they don't really have a lot of construction. It's certainly not anything like, Toronto is with all of the mass development we have in vertical buildings. So what's happening is they're starting to identify that there could be a bit of a housing concern because there may not be enough houses for the amount of people that are moving in. Now, funny enough, when I did some research on it, I was really, really surprised at some of the values because, apparently just recently there was a property that sold for $500,000 over list price. Can you imagine? Now, we get that quite often. I mean, you can go into the newspaper and you can see, like, for instance, the beaches area. You hear, wow, the property sold for $200,000, $180,000 over list. The interesting part about that is that, again, supply and demand, but it's obvious that there isn't enough housing in that neighborhood down in California. And so therefore, plus, the amount of money that's coming into that neighborhood is really driving up the prices. So interesting. Where am I going to? Well, 2014 has not been an easy year right now. Man, are we ever cold? Are you guys sick of snow? Because honestly, I feel like I'm living in Alaska. I walk outside, and I live on a court, and I walk outside, and I've got this massive mound right in the center of the court. There's only like 7 houses, and we literally have no place to put our snow anymore. Now, would I like to be down in California? Absolutely. So you could sell your property up here in Toronto, Mississauga, and with the way our prices have gone, you most likely, depending on what you own, you could very well buy a property down in that neck of the woods and experience, a completely different temperature. But, I think that the real estate market, aside from all the different reports that you're reading in the papers, generally our market tends to show some changes by, mid-January, once everybody has packed up their Christmas trees and so on and celebrated or getting close to celebrating Chinese New Year in January. We're almost at the part where the market will be returning after the holiday season. But we really haven't been there. And there's a major concern right now on whether or not condominiums are going to be dropping the prices of real estate. Now, Ken, interesting, the comment was, I saw it on a headline last week, is that will condominium market, I think the TD Bank put it out there, that the condominium market is going to be hit a little bit on it. They're going to see some decline in prices, but they don't believe it's going to affect anyone else. Now, I find that really hard to believe. I don't understand the theory and the philosophy behind the statement because in the past, over the last 35 years, real estate has always been a domino effect. So if there is a substantial change in the condo market because of an excess of inventory and not enough buyers, which right now I'm not really convinced that we can make that statement because of the timing. The cold weather has really set us back with where we are right now because I know most of my clients, they're not really gung-ho about jumping out of the house and, going off to go see properties right now, only because it's cold. And it's really hard to get around. Listening to Linda Pinizzotto. Love giving you lots of good information. So hang tight and I'll be right back.
Linda Pinizzotto. Whether it's a house, townhome, or condo, when you're ready, she's your negotiator. With 34 years of experience, Linda guarantees that you have the real estate knowledge you need to make the right decisions. Call Linda Pinizzotto at Sutton Group Quantum Realty 416-561-7373 or visit her at lindapinizzotto.com.
And thank you so much for joining me. You know, today has been just a fascinating time of learning so much of what's going on out there, and that's what the Condo Expert is all about. I'll hit so many different issues. You'll notice them on iTunes and on podcast. Reporting here from the Hayes FM, you have been listening to Linda Pinizzotto of the Condo Expert. Now, also, remember, register yourself. If you're a condo owner or condo buyer, register at www.coaontario.com. And also, if you've got questions, whether they're real estate related or condominium or property values, this and that, you know, I wouldn't have the information I have had I not had the experience that I've received, and I certainly wouldn't have been able to start the Condo Owners Association without having this kind of a background. So contact me at Linda Pinizzotto, Pinizzotto, at coaontario.com or Linda at lindapinizzotto.com. Until the next time, have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for tuning in.